A Langford woman who has been living in excruciating pain for half a decade now is taking dramatic and potentially fatal steps in an attempt to improve her quality of life. Fern is living with a neurological condition that is known as reflex sympathetic dystrophy. Her brain tells her that her nerve endings are in constant pain. Her case is so severe that she's going to be part of a study where she will be put into a coma for days in the hope that she will restart her brain and regain her life. A News reporter Mary Beth Burton has her story.
It's my last option.
41-year-old Fern, wife and mother of 3, is painfully thin. Reflex sympathetic dystrophy is crippling her stomach as well as all extremities.
It feels like you're on fire all the time, like a really, I've never stood inside a fire, but I could almost say that I'm that sensitive to it, that it feels like somebody's burning me up.
Fern first felt ill mysteriously in 2003, but wasn't properly diagnosed until 2006. By then, RSD had hijacked her body.
Even getting out of bed is extremely painful for Fern, and she has decided that she cannot live her life this way. It is time for something drastic.
Fern, a deeply religious woman, has gone to some dark places with her painful condition.
I had moments where I just would rather just off myself and not deal with this anymore, but I can't do that for my kids.
Final episode.
With the support of her teenage daughter, Elise, and the rest of the Qantas clan, Fern is going to medical extremes to restart her brain and hopefully regain her life.
Well, then you have to use them then. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The first step was a trip to Florida for a 3-day test of a powerful drug, ketamine. The low dose had little impact. Fern will travel to Mexico next week for an enormous dose of ketamine. The drug will leave her in a coma for at least 5 days.
They've found that if they can turn it off and just put it to sleep for a week, and they use massive doses of ketamine, like massive doses. When you wake up, you have to relearn how to use your body again.
Ever thought about the idea that maybe you may not wake up from it? Have you thought about that?
Yes.
And what did you think?
That it would be okay.
Okay.
As the doctor who's leading the study points out, the results could be fatal, but that's not what scares Fern.
The worst thing would be that it doesn't work. And we do all of this and I come home exactly the same way. For me, that's the worst thing.
80% of RSD patients who choose the coma ketamine therapy are either pain-free or see vast improvements in their level of pain. The cost of the therapy is $50,000 US. Fern is $10,000 shy of that goal. Donations are welcome at faithforfern.com. In Langford, Mary Beth Burton, A News.